everyone, I am Rosanna Ferreira and I'm here to do a video go through of my Java application. It's a taboo game that myself and my group members created.
Hi, I'm Timothy Trim and my fellow colleague here.
Jamila and
So we're going to just do a brief run through of how our game works. So it's basically a taboo game that runs a chat client, well, two chat clients and a server that facilitates the communication between the chat clients. So we first start off by running our server. This is our server class, which is a separate application by itself. And when it's run, the screen starts off. So what it basically asks you to do is provide a name and then start the server, which then notifies you that you're connected to the server and your server is running. So I'm going to type Rose. I'm going to press OK. And then I'm going to click on Start Server. It says server at port 777, which is a message that notifies the chat client or the user that the server has started. So I am now free. Open my chat client so that I can communicate. So it just takes a little while to build and run. So as we wait for it to run, I am going to be running the giver of the clues, which is one side of my chat client, and my other partner is going to be running the receiver. So basically what happens is this is my UI that comes up when I start my chat client, and then I can select taboo from my menu, and then I can select start chat. When I select start chat, it prompts me to enter my username. This username will be displayed on the screen as I type clues. So I'm going to put Rose again, since it identifies me uniquely. And I'm going to select the role of the giver. So I'm going to be giving clues. So at the top of my text area here, it says Rose, you're connected to the server, which tells me that I can start sending messages. And here is my start button, which I press to start my game. It automatically also starts the time from my timer class, and it allows me to, it allows the cards to change as programmed. So my timer just started, and there is my partner, and so both of us are on the same server and we can communicate with each other. So I am going to attempt to give her clues to play our taboo game, and let's see how good she is at guessing. So a tie, men, where And automatically, when she types the correct word, the server sends a message saying that she guessed the correct word. So I need to describe animal now to her. It says taboo word because I tried to type one of the taboo words that is described in the card, and it does not allow me to do that. So I'll have to find other words to describe my card. Let's go with transport. Well, she guessed a bit too late. So it does not validate the word as being correct. So as the time comes down to finishing, the score updates according to each word that she gets correct. The cards change randomly, and I can choose to pause my timer, pause the game, and then I can start back my game depending on how long I choose to pause it for. So the game continues and the timer continues to count down the time. It is given a certain amount of time for each round, and I am supposed to be describing the main word to my partner, which is the aim of the game, without using the tab words at the bottom of the card right here. So it's the timer has just finished, and automatically it shows me my name and my score and the amount of remaining time that I have left.
Okay, I'll be continuing on explaining more about the game. So, the game has come to an end, and we have other functionalities that the person, a client or a person, can do on the game. If the person click on file, they'll be able to go back to home screen. They can view their user stats. Coming up. They can restart the game as well as exit. A J option pane will show up now to ask you if you want to exit or not. For the help menu, we have a J option pane popping up to show what the game is about, when it was created, and persons who created the game. In our help menu, we have the taboo help contents. This is a class extended to a HTML file, and it just shows the documentation of the game, and it explains the giver role and the user role. Also, this taboo game, you can create a new account. your sign up has been successful. We have a database in the backend that stores all the information for persons who have signed up for the game. In the database, the information that I just entered will be populating the database as of now. In the taboo game, the person can also log in. I'll explain stuff. Here we have the entry for the person that I just typed in as an enter Timothy Trim, password, username, password, confirm password, and his email address.
And I'm back to just go through a bit of our code with you and just explain to you a few of our key features that make our game a success in terms of code, and that is. So if we go to our chat server class, we see a bit of server-side application coding going on here with the socket, creating a listener socket so that the server can listen for new clients and also listening in for the specific port, and also notifying the client when the connection is made and when a connection is detected. The server application is also responsible for broadcasting the messages from one client to the rest. In our giver screen, which is basically our giver UI, we have the layout for our screen, and it also utilizes some of the Java code, such as the swing timer, which we use to display the time and also change the cards randomly according to the seconds. It changes every 12 seconds. So here is our timer, which does that. Another key feature of our game is the chat client of itself, which is also another key feature of the server chat or the server client applications. And what the chat client really does is so, as I was saying, we also have our chat client here, which does the connecting to the server. It basically creates a new socket and passes in the parameters, the host name, which you see displayed next to the messages that are sent, and the port that the server should be listening into. It also passes the message into the text area through the server to the other clients. And in the chat client code, we can also close the connection when a client wishes to exit. So last bit of code that I'm going to go through with you is our card class, basically, and our deck class, more or less. So our card class is named control word, and it basically passes into the constructor the parameters used to validate the messages as whether they're taboo words or the main words. And as you know, by following the rules of the game of taboo, the person who's given the clues cannot use any of the taboo words to describe the main word, and neither can they use the main word to describe itself. It's all about being creative, you know. So here are the parameters passed in: the main word followed by the taboo words, and then the image of the card itself, well, the path is passed in as a string. Getters are used in the card class to get the different words, the taboo words and the main words, and return them as string so that it can validate the messages by comparing these strings with the messages that the user types. In taboo word, we basically have our deck class. It basically creates an array list of a set of new instances of the card class by basically passing in the parameters into these instances, and the parameters basically reflect what the different words should be: the main word followed by the taboo words, and also the path used to access the image of that particular card. Last but not least, this is our protocol class. It is located in our client class, and its main responsibility is for validating and verifying the messages that the user types, mainly the giver, so that they do not type any of the taboo words, and neither can they use the main word to describe itself. So that is it for code true. I'll now hand you over back to my partner to do the receiver class.
Hi, I'll be explaining now our give screen role. You go to start chat and you enter back your username. You select now the receiver mode. Here it shows that I'm connected to the server, and I'll now wait for my colleague to start typing the clues for me to respond. The giver here I respond with animal, because she gave a clue and I think it's animal. My next guess, boss. Sorry, I got it wrong. Maybe it's car. Okay, I got the word on the cover right. It's America, I think it's no. I got that word right. Whenever she types a taboo word or tries to describe the word with itself, she gets taboo word error showing up, message showing up. And continuing with the game, we have she gets to wrote a taboo word instead of describing a word. And the game was just being finished. It shows the receiver score, and to see it shows the giver score, and to see the receiver score, you go to view stats, and my score is 600. The score is calculated based on how many correct guesses I did, and I guessed about 5 words correctly, and my score is 600 for that, while hers is 530. The receiving mode can also view what the game is about. They can also view help content to give a documentation of what the the tableau chat client is about and how the game is played. The receiver can also go back to home, they can restart game, or they can exit. This is for our Java presentation final project on the tableau game. Bye.